Tony D and Little Joan with a screenwriter's rant on 4 movies for Halloween. VHS 85, Imperatus, Showdown at the Grand, and When Evil Lurks. Smash like and subscribe. Thank you for smash liking and subscribing. Check out my books, links in the description. Comedy Horror in South Jersey. It's the Pineys, books 1 through 12, available at Amazon.com. Don't forget, Kindle Unlimited is free. I will not be at the Greenwich Artisan Fair this weekend because it has been postponed. The weather is going... all these... There are so many events this weekend, and they're all being shut down in South Jersey, I think, because of the weather. Unless it's inside, I'd check before I'd go, because apparently the storm is going to be that big. They never cancel these things when they schedule them this far in advance. So I'm kind of shocked they're canceling it, but the weather does look bad. So I'm scrambling to see if I can get something else going. We'll see. Keep looking at my Twitter, and if I get something, I'll let you know. All right, so VHS is an anthology movie with an 80s aesthetic, bunch of different directors, and it's kind of like a found footage thing. They find footage. There's so much footage on here. I don't even know what the severed fingers. I don't even know what the stories are. I couldn't even tell you any of the characters. So I think they had done this before. It looks scary. I like the aesthetic because it's an 80s thing. So 5 different stories from 5 different directors. It's pretty classic from directors David Bruckner, Scott Derrickson, Gigi Saul Guillermo, Natasha Kerman, and Mike P. Nelson. Is that the same guy from Mystery Science Theater? This is on Shudder, October 6th. So look for that. It looks fine. Let's see if there's a write-up here. Experience the harrowing tales of found footage horror that put you into the 1980s with VHS 85. Raw fear awaits you. Yeah, it looks fine. I mean, it definitely looks murderous. I don't know how much of old footage, 85, because I used to watch these tapes back in the day, and it was so annoying to see the tracking go across the screen and everything, the tracking lines and whatnot. It looks action-packed, though. This guy goes nuts with his shotgun, and there's monsters. It looks pretty bloody, so I would definitely be down for this. Yeah. So, yeah. All right, moving on is Imperatus. Tom Sizemore. Another movie by the late Tom Sizemore. As a detective, I want to say in the 1920s, he goes to an insane asylum because there's a patient that keeps scribbling his name, and they may be executing him. I'm not sure. But Sizemore goes there to figure something out, and it turns into a big drama where he's like possessed, and he knows things he shouldn't know, and it just sort of spirals out of control from there. It looks fairly action-packed, I gotta say. There's monsters, people getting shot. So, written and directed by Michael Urinko. I mean, for a low budgeter, and I assume this is low budget, because Sizemore's even in it, but it's got a good location, apparently. They even had an old car. I mean, clothes. They got it going on. It looks legit. It looks very legit, so... And it doesn't look bad. It's kind of hard to parse what the story is, but first act, Sizemore is summoned to the insane asylum because this patient is writing his name over and over again. So he's just... at first he kind of dismisses it, but then the doctor's just like, look, will you talk to him, or, look over his wacky writings, see if this is anything. So Sizemore does, and the guy says and does things that start to make him question what's going on here. He knows things he shouldn't know. And soon he starts to unravel what's going on. He's not some random patient that was wandering. It takes place in Pennsylvania at an asylum. He's not some random patient from Pennsylvania. He's somehow connected to him. So that escalates. Weird possessions happen. People start dying or getting hurt or going crazy. It escalates until the end and the big revelation, whatever that is. Kind of hard to tell. Perhaps Sizemore did him wrong, did his family wrong, and he's the real villain. Big switcheroo at the end. Or that, the patient is more than he seems, and at one point they're talking about a priest coming in and the devil, and so there might be some demonic possession involved as well. It's one of Sizemore's last film. It looks fine in it. It looks very low key, which is a little different from him. So, yeah, I would give it a chance. Next up, Showdown at the Grand, starring Terrence Howard and Dolph Lundgren. Oh, wait, was there a write-up on this one? I don't think there was. No. So, Dolph Lundgren plays a washed-up 80s movie star. Terrence Howard owns the theater, and he's having some sort of retrospective on his movies. At the same time, some guys want to shake down the movie theater and buy it. She's the ultimate villain here. She runs the show. So she's trying to, I guess, buy the theater for some reason. So then Terrence Howard decides he's got to defend the theater, and Dolph Lundgren is going to help him. But Dolph isn't an actual action guy. He's just a movie star. So he doesn't have really any training. And he's gotten old. But together they defend the theater. And it's a comedy. It looks fun. It's like a comedy. I wouldn't call it a horror, but it's got kind of a Halloween vibe to it because there's so many weapons and craziness going on. And it's got like that vibe, I think, from the movie theater. So here they are doing a samurai sword fight, and Terrence Howard's like, well, wait a minute, I wasn't ready. So I think this could be fun. And, the best part about it is Dolph Lundgren appears in many different movie parodies. I always enjoy good, short, snappy movie parodies. That was one of the things I loved about Grindhouse was the fake movie trailers. And then they actually made those movies, and I was like, why would you make the movies? Just do the trailers. It's funner to do the trailers, in my view. So, yeah, sign me up for this. Was there a write-up on this? So, first act, Dolph is coming to this theater, this old theater, the Grand, run by Terrence Howard, and he's very excited about it. The theater's kind of run down, falling on hard times, but this is going to help him. Some mobsters come in, try to pressure Terrence to sell. He doesn't want to sell. He tells them to F off, and they say, oh, you're making a big mistake. So Dolph comes in, and they start messing around, maybe with Dolph or Terrence, and in the second act, she's pressuring them, get this theater, get it. Meanwhile, I think they go to the pawn shop and kill this dude, or at least attack him. So, in the second act, they band together with the pawn shop to fight the bad guys, but they think Dolph is going to lead them, but he's really not all that together. He's just an actor. So they do, and because it's a comedy, they somehow win. But it's close. It's really November 3rd. In theaters and on demand. It should be in a theater. It's about a movie theater. So, this looks fun. I'm down for it. Let's see if I got credits here. I think I do somewhere. There we go. Written and directed by Orson Oblowitz. So, and Dolph is under Wit. So he's not like a main guy. It's Terrence Howard, John Savage, with Amanda Rigetti and Dolph Lundgren. So not as much as I would like him to be, but still, Dolph Lundgren. And finally, When Evil Lurks. This looks like a pretty classic horror movie. They don't really tell you what the thing is that's killing everybody, but apparently it can possess animals. And so it possesses this goat. The farmer shoots it, but then his wife kills the farmer because she's possessed too. So these guys are somehow investigating it. It says it finds you, it will consume you. If you fight it, it will follow you. So I'm not exactly sure what it is. It's some sort of demon. It is subtitled. So one by one, everybody keeps getting infected, and they keep dying. This guy starts spitting up black stuff, and they have to kill the people who are infected in order to stop it. But it's easier said than done, I think. So in the end, I guess they all succumb to it. I don't know. It looks pretty dark and grim. Let's see. From IFC. Who is the director? Who is the director here? Doesn't really say, I don't think. Machaco Films and Aramas Cinema with Ezekiel Rodriguez, Damien Solomon, Sylvania Sabater, Virginia Garofalo, Emilio Vandovich, Paula Rubenstein, Federico Lis, and Marcelo Mincho. And special participation of Louis Zembrodsky. They got an assistant director. Where's the director? Wow, it's like everybody's credit except the director. That's weird. I don't know who the director is or the writer. They put the assistant director down. They put the line producers down. Costume design. Did I pass it? No. Executive producers. How did you not put the director's name on this? It's weird. IFC Films and Shudder. Shudder's got their hooks and everything, don't they? All right, let's see. We got anything here? Oh, good. In a remote village, two brothers find a demon-infected man about to give birth to evil itself. They decide to get rid of the man, but merely succeed in helping him deliver the inferno. Oh, that sounds crazy. Oh, my God. So many dead bodies in this one. So, all right. You've got When Evil Lurks, VHS 85, an anthology, Imperatus, and Showdown at the Grand. Wow, this is a tough one. They all look pretty decent in their own way. I would give it, my sensibilities, I would like Showdown at the Grand. That has to be number one for me because it's a comedy. Dolph Lundgren and a bunch of movie parodies. I got to give it to Grand. That would definitely be number one. Number two, oh boy. Probably be VHS 85. Mostly because it is an anthology. So even if you don't like one story, you'll probably like one of the others. So your safe bet is the anthology horror thing. And plus, again, they're shorter. And shorter is usually better. But these all look pretty decent. I would watch any of these. And then finally, I would probably go with Imperatus. Even though I don't think it'll probably be as good as When Evil Lurks. But it's in English. I won't have to deal with subtitles. And I would like to see Tom Sizemore's last film. It appears to be his last film. Although another one might creep out. Who knows? And it looks decent, actually. It looks kind of decent. The trailer looks good. And, and When Evil Lurks, too. So it's a close race, these four movies. I would see all four of them, though. Halloween is here. The spooky season has come upon us. And here's four movies for you can see. And that's it for me, Tony D and Little Joan. Check us out on Odysee, Bitchute, and Rumble for our more based takes. I will not be at the Greenwich Artisan Fair tomorrow and Sunday because it has been postponed. I haven't gotten a new date yet. I don't know when they're going to have it. My next event will be at FanCon next week, Saturday the 30th. That's in Vineland. That one's inside, so that ain't going anywhere. So definitely come for that. That was gangbusters last year, so hopefully it'll be gangbusters this year. Now that my whole weekend shot to hell. If I get something else going, check Twitter for the announcement. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you in the next one.